Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the English Adventure Histories. Today, we are diving deep into a really exciting and practical topic: how to use your everyday activities to improve your English skills. The idea here is simple but powerful. Learning English doesn't have to be a separate chore that you sit down and do like homework. Instead, it can become part of your routine, something that naturally fits into your day without feeling like extra work. And trust me, if you follow these techniques and make them a habit, your progress will be amazing. Let's get started. First and foremost, one of the most effective things you can do is to make English part of your listening environment. Think about all the times you have some background noise in your life, when you're cooking, cleaning, commuting, or even exercising. Instead of listening to music in your native language or scrolling aimlessly on social media, use that time to expose yourself to English. You can listen to podcasts, audiobooks, or even news channels in English. Don't stress if you don't understand every single word at first. Your brain is still absorbing the sounds, rhythms, and patterns of the language, and over time, your comprehension will improve dramatically. If you're wondering where to start, look for content that matches your interests. If you love true crime, there are plenty of English podcasts in that genre. If you're into fitness, find workout videos or podcasts where trainers speak in English. The key is to enjoy what you're listening to because that will keep you motivated and engaged. Another fantastic way to incorporate English into your daily life is by changing the language settings on your phone, computer, and social media apps to English. It might feel a bit strange at first, especially when you come across technical terms you're not familiar with, but this is a game changer. Think about how often you use your phone throughout the day. Every time you check a notification, open an app, or send a message, you'll be interacting with English. Over time, you'll build a strong vocabulary for everyday digital interactions without even realizing it. Speaking of social media, make your feed work for your language goals. Follow influencers, content creators, and pages that post in English. It could be about fashion, travel, science, or even memes, whatever keeps you entertained. The more you see and hear English in your daily scrolling, the more natural it will become for you to understand and use the language. Now let's talk about music, one of the most fun ways to learn English. Create a playlist of your favorite English songs and listen to it while driving, working out, or doing chores. But don't just listen passively, try to sing along and pay attention to the lyrics. Look up the meanings of words and phrases you don't understand, and practice pronouncing them. Singing along helps with pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency. Plus, it makes learning feel like a party instead of a lesson.
Another great trick is to talk to yourself in English. I know it sounds a bit weird, but it's incredibly effective. When you're doing simple tasks like brushing your teeth, making coffee, or getting dressed, narrate what you're doing in English. For example, you can say, I'm making coffee. First, I need to boil the water, then add the coffee powder. It don't have to be perfect, just get used to forming sentences in English. This practice builds confidence and helps you think in English rather than translating from your native language. And speaking of thinking, this is a big one: try to switch your inner monologue to English. We all have that voice in our heads narrating our thoughts throughout the day. Instead of thinking in your native language, challenge yourself to think in English. Start with simple thoughts like, what should I eat for lunch, or, I need to call my friend later. As you get more comfortable, your thoughts will naturally flow in English, which is a huge step toward fluency. Let's not forget about reading. Reading is a powerful way to build vocabulary and improve your understanding of grammar and sentence structure. If reading in English feels intimidating, start small. Try children's books, comics, or short articles online. Gradually move on to more complex material like blogs, news articles, and eventually novels. The great thing about reading is that you can go at your own pace, and you have a time to look up words and phrases you don't understand.
Another tip is to use sticky notes around your house. Label common items like mirror, fridge, door, and lamp. Every time you see the note, you'll reinforce the vocabulary. You can even write short phrases like open the fridge or turn off the lamp to learn practical expressions. It's a simple but effective way to keep English in front of you throughout the day. If you enjoy cooking, this is a golden opportunity to learn English. Look up recipes in English and follow the instructions step by step. You'll learn cooking-related vocabulary and phrases like preheat the oven, whisk the eggs, and chop the onions. Plus, you get to enjoy a delicious meal at the end of your learning session. Talk about a win-win. Now, let's talk about speaking. One of the biggest challenges for English learners is building the confidence to speak. If you have friends or family members who are also learning English, create a challenge to speak only in English for a certain period each day. It could be 15 minutes during lunch or an hour in the evening. Make it fun by setting goals and rewarding yourselves when you stick to the challenge. And don't forget about journaling. At the end of the day, take a few minutes to write down what you did, how you felt, or what you learned in English. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get your thoughts on paper. This helps reinforce vocabulary and improve your writing skills. Lastly, remember that learning a language is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. The more you immerse yourself in English and make it a part of your everyday life, the faster you'll improve. Keep practicing, stay curious, and most importantly, have fun with it. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope these tips inspire you to find creative and enjoyable ways to learn English throughout your day. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you next time on the English Adventure Histories. Happy learning!